was Chadwick Boseman's performance in 42 that really made us take a second look. There's such an honor and dignity to the way that he played Jackie Robinson that we knew we needed for the character of T'Challa, the Prince of Wakanda.
Chadwick is an amazing actor and we thought would fit perfectly with the MCU. Black Panther himself, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick, he has a lot of depth. It was amazing as an audience member to look into his eyes and see what's going on.
We must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single tribe.
A lot of the things about the character are also true about Chad. He's very knowledgeable. He's an athlete, martial artist. He's had a lot of experience playing roles that come with a lot of weight. So I think he as a person, he as a guy has a lot of weight to him. I think he brings all that stuff to the role. But not to mention that he's incredibly gifted as an actor and as a performer, and also as a storyteller in his own right.
I am not king of all people. I am king of Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
And it is my responsibility to make sure our people are safe.
Because he is so prepared as an actor, and because his character is sort of flawless on set, it forced the other actors who had scenes with him to kind of raise their game and go, okay, this guy's not taking anything for granted. He's really leaving it all out there. So we have to keep up with him.
What doesn't Chadwick bring to the character? I mean, he's regal and grounded, and he brings a gravitas to it. So all of this feeds his T'Challa, and I think he wore the crown with dignity.
He Bombay!
I've known him since I was about 17, so I've known him for a really long time. Back in New York, he did the work, obviously. I just think he did an incredible job being true to the character.
I had a great time, but Chadwick, just warmth and camaraderie, came into it, of course, with a great deal of respect for his previous work. So when I looked at him with proud eyes, they were as mother and also as comrade and colleague and Angela. It is your time to be king.
Chadwick is just a powerhouse. He really is so talented. Every single movie he's made, there's this internal, almost nobility.
The Black Panther has been a protector of Wakanda for generations.
He's such a soulful actor and so professional, so present. It really gives so much to the other person, and he's awesome. And his presence on set, I think, raises the stakes a little bit for everybody.
Chadwick he's a really smart, interesting, dynamic guy, and I think he was not overwhelmed, but very surprised and somewhat taken aback by the amount of love. It ceased to become just about how well he inhabited the role and all that stuff. It's become part of our culture just as a symbol.
This welcome is one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced.
It's fun to watch just what it means to people. At times, in my head, I would be like, well, what does this do for the world? Actually, what is it? Is it actually valuable in this climate? And I have to say, yes, it actually is. Not because it makes people escape. I think when done right, it gives people hope. I found that it means a lot.
You will always be our king. Okay, well, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know Chadwick Boseman's passing was about 2 weeks ago. I just wasn't sure if I should have made a video on that. I decided to give it some time. It was a lot to process when the news broke out that he passed away due to colon cancer. And it is unfortunate. It is really unfortunate, for his friends, for his family, to lose someone. it's very sad. It is really sad. So, I mean, my condolences to Mr. Boseman's family and friends. You know, these are difficult times. But you know, he will always be remembered by those who loved him. And you know, this little tribute that Marvel did for him, you know, it's like a little memory video, I guess you could say, of the time the cast and crew from Marvel spent with him, you know, on Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, and Captain America Civil War. You know, it was like a little nice nod to him, you know, giving, you know, again, their condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Boseman. So yeah, I mean, it's still a shock, even though it's been 2 weeks since his death was announced to the public. It is still a shock. I mean, you know, he was so young, a very young, gifted, talented actor who represented, you know, black male figures so well on screen. I mean, not only did he, you know, do such an amazing job bringing that regal and powerful presence of King T'Challa, aka Black Panther, but he also is well known for playing James Brown, Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, all of these, you know, characters who are prominent black figures in the African American community. So, I mean, you know, he brought so much to the table in his acting career. So he'll be remembered for that. I mean, he is a really good actor. And from what he also seems like a very good friend and a good husband. You know, he did get married before he passed away. So it is really sad to see this happen. Again, my condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Boseman. Now, a lot of people are wondering, you know, what's going to happen regarding with the Black Panther character, since, you know, Mr. Boseman's not here anymore. And that is a hard question to answer. We don't know. We don't know what Kevin Feige and the rest of Marvel Studios and director Ryan Coogler are going to decide to do. We do not know anything. This is kind of a tough spot that they're in, because they do want to show their respects to Mr. Boseman, who played, like I said, he does such an amazing job as Black Panther. So the question is, should they recast him? Many fans say no, again, because they want to show respects to Mr. Boseman. Some people are saying that maybe Shuri, who Letitia Wright plays as his little sister, should be the new Black Panther, as she does so in the comics, which actually I think that's a pretty good idea. I think that would be kind of cool to see, you know, also a black female superhero. I mean, yes, we have characters such as Storm from the X-Men, but I don't feel like Storm got as much credit, like, you know, really show, like, I don't think she was done in such a spectacular way, if that makes any sense. I mean, yeah, you had Halle Berry and Alexandra Shipp play the characters, but they were okay. But if Ryan Coogler, who's an amazing director, does decide to go that route with Letitia Wright as Shuri, as a new Black Panther, they could probably bring something cool to the table. That's what some people are saying that should happen, you know, just follow the comic storyline where King T'Challa can't be Black Panther anymore, so they bring in Shuri. Maybe that's what Marvel's going to decide to do. Who knows? I mean, this is all so sudden. We don't know what's going to happen. This is kind of like what happened with the situation of Fast and the Furious when Paul Walker passed away. And they were close to filming. It was the 7th movie, I believe. They were close to finishing up the 7th movie, but Paul Walker passed away in a car accident. Like, I guess they had a month or a few weeks left of filming. I'm not sure exactly. But he passed away in a car accident, and of course they had to delay the film a year to see what they could try and do, and that's where they give Paul Walker's character, like his send-off, like his goodbye at the end of the film, and they used his brother to do the CGI effects. However, in that case, at least Paul Walker did most of his scenes before his death. In Chadwick Boseman's case, he didn't film anything at all for the second one. So it's like, what do you do now? I mean, this is something that really, it's uncharted territory. I mean, you don't know what to do. You're kind of like stuck in the middle. You gotta try and see what's the best decision to take. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what Marvel does. And again, you know, they want to show their respects for Mr. Chadwick Boseman. And I know the Black Panther character is so new. I feel like there's still a story. There's so many stories in the Black Panther world of Wakanda that could be explored, and it's something that should not be dropped. I don't think the story should be dropped. It's still such a rich story to the Black community, not just to Black Americans, but to all Blacks, in my opinion, across the globe. Whether, you know, you're Black in the United States, Black in Europe, Black in South America, you know, wherever. I think it's still such an important story. Black in Africa, Black in Asia, doesn't matter. It's such a story, unique, rich story that needs to be continued. Whether through the eyes of King T'Challa or even through the eyes of Shuri, if they decide to go down that route. We're going to have to wait and see. But I think the story should be continued. But of course, with a clever way of paying their respects to Mr. Chadwick Boseman, his friends, and his family. Well, anyway, guys, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen. I just hope, you know, I don't know. I personally hope that they do continue the story of Black Panther. But it would be cool. But to pay their respects, it wouldn't seem right if they recasted King T'Challa. I think they should go down the route with Shuri as the new Black Panther, and then, you know, she could have her little team in Wakanda, you know, back her up. You know, they could kind of do a story of, you know, Shuri, who is this young sister, you know, she's the little princess, basically, of Wakanda, has big shoes to fill after her brother's passing or something like that, and that, you know, it's kind of like T'Challa, you know, he had big shoes to fill with that of his father. They could probably do that for Shuri in regards to her brother. And, you know, there's all this pressure. Maybe Wakanda never had just the king. I mean, they always had a king, but never did they only have a sole queen, if that makes any sense. Like, the mother would probably still be there. I don't know. I mean, there's so many ways they could go down with that story. I guess if it comes, we'll have to see. Like, maybe if they trust the king more than a queen, maybe that comes into issue, something like that. I'm just blurting out ideas here, but it'd be cool for them to explore something like that. But yeah, I mean, it is still unfortunate to see this happen. But anyway, guys, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have to wait and see what Marvel decides to do. But let me know down in the comments below what you prefer to see. Should they pay their respects to Mr. Chadwick Boseman by not recasting King T'Challa? Should they give the Black Panther mantle to Shuri? Or should they drop the Black Panther story completely? Or should they continue it? I mean, there's so many ways that they could go here. Again, my condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Chadwick Boseman. And guys, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think should happen. Like and subscribe. And as always, take care, guys. Bye. Wakanda forever.